Hey, what's happening? What's happening? Hope y'all can hear me. This is totally new to me, but hey, we're going to be all right, aren't we? Hey, it's 2024. Can you believe that? 2024. 2024. The year of the dominoes, or it also can be the year of fuck around and find out. Whichever one fits your situation, that's the one that we're going to go with. Hey, appreciate you stopping in. This is Eyes on Smash Bros Radio. If you're not done so, please like, follow, share, and subscribe to Smash Bros Radio. You can find us on all social medias, as well as we have an app. So please join the app. So we're starting a new season, a new way of doing things. Smash Bros has expanded. Smash Bros has grown. So we're doing things differently this year. So hope that everyone's new year has started out correctly and proper. And we're going to do whatever we can to make 2024 as successful and as prosperous as possible. A lot of things have happened. We had the situation with Sean Combs coming out. And then we had the situation that's because of the transitions or transgressions of P. Diddy, it has caused a rippling effect. And so now it is spread to TJ Jakes. So it is what it is. So before I get started, let me get these out. If you like strawberries, or if you're looking for a perfect gift for Valentine's Day, I have the best ones for you. It's Berries by Crystal. Still looking for the perfect Valentine's Day gift? Hey there, berry lovers. We got some exciting news to share with you. We are thrilled to introduce our special Valentine's Day packages that are sure to make your heart skip a beat. Whether you're looking to surprise your sweetheart or treat yourself, we have options that fit any price range. From our traditional 6 or 12 count chocolate dipped strawberries to our Lux Love Berries package. There's something for everyone. So head on over to our Facebook and Instagram pages to check out these incredible deals and spread the love this Valentine's Day. Don't wait too long. These packages are selling like hotcakes. Sale, which is 20% off, ends on the 8th of February. And last call for all orders is the 13th by noon. Lastly, today on Fox 6 at 12:45, you will be able to see Berries by Crystal. So please check them out. I can vouch. I can vouch about the strawberries. Them strawberries are some wicked ass motherfuckers. So check them out. Berries by Crystal. Berries by Crystal. So check them out. But also, they not only do Valentine's, but they do all occasions. So make sure you check them out. Any occasion, and also if you can get in touch with Berries by Crystal and give them a synopsis of exactly what you're looking for. At most times, they can come up with some unique ways of doing their strawberries. So please check them out. Berries by Crystal. The sale ends on the 8th. All orders is by the 13th by noon. Check them out at 12:45 on Fox 6. So we appreciate if you do that. Show you love. Let them know that you heard it from OZZz. Give them a shout out for me. Appreciate you. 2024 really has caused a lot of understanding, has caused a lot of revamping, a lot of understanding exactly what's what. So this is a year that we reconnect, that we make things possible that seemed impossible, and that we make sure that everything that comes our ways are productive or positive, that are beneficial for everyone in the family. 2024 should be the year that we start new trends, we start new traditions, we start getting ourselves together. Uh, in most families, the elders no longer are there. And so it's time that we re-examine what we once did as a family. And is it still uh, viable? Is it still the way that we want it to go? Now, we have to keep in mind that there were certain individuals in most families that caused the most ruckus, and there wasn't anything that you could do because those individuals were your elders' siblings. And so, because of those individuals being your dad or your mom's siblings, you had to do what the elders requested, what the elders told you to do. Well, now it's 2024. The torch has been passed to you. And so now you have to re-examine to find out, is this how we want to continue, or do we want to make changes? And so this is the year. And see, we have to keep in mind that when it comes to the domino effect, sometimes uh, the cascading dominoes can bring good results also, positive results also. We cannot be burdened or chasseled with what was the negativity, the toxicity that was brought by certain members of the family. And because of the elders believing in the love of the family and the support of the family, there were some things that were allowed to go on without any question. But now you are the ones that are in control of the tradition. You are the ones that can make those changes. And yes, when it comes to changes, some people are going to be reluctant. Some people are going to be diligent in not cooperating, and that's good. And that's their right to not want to go along with the changes because you're so embedded in those changes that you do not wish to let go of the power. And they don't seem to understand that the only reason why you had the power was because you had support of individuals who loved you and who didn't want to hurt your feelings, even though they were not agreeing with you most of the time. So now it's left up to you to make those changes and understand that changes are beneficial, especially when it increases the positivity that aligns your family. Can't be scared of changes. Whatever is going to benefit your family, whatever is going to benefit your children, well, then that should be the most pivotal thing in your life. It's making sure that all negativity, all toxicity is no longer a part of your life. And if that means you sitting Aunt Susie down or Aunt um, Ella May or whoever and let them know that, listen, we love you, but we cannot allow you to be the way that you were when mama or daddy was alive. I cannot allow you to be around my children with your negativity. Now, you can either agree with the changes that we are about to discuss, and it is your right not to. And if you do not agree with the changes, well, then you're no longer welcome during family gatherings. And that is going to cause a huge rift in your family because you're going to have still some cousins, especially the sons and daughters of the aunt. I was going to say, well, you can't talk to my mama like that. Well, then you don't have to come around either because you know that your mother was the way she is. And I don't want that around my children. Now, are you strong enough to hold your ground to let people know that it's time to set boundaries We didn't have set boundaries. You were allowed to do what you were allowed to do because mama and daddy allowed you to do it. I cannot allow you to do it. So there are boundaries now. What we did as children, what we did as teenagers, what we did in the past, I no longer do it. So boundaries are going to have to happen. And these are my boundaries. And you list those boundaries. And again, I understand that when it comes to change, some people are not going to want that change, are not going to be able, they claim, to accept that change. And that's their right. That is their right to agree or not to agree. But at the same time, it is your right to set those boundaries and understand that with those boundaries, most of the individuals who are genuine with their feelings are going to accept your boundaries. There's a saying that the elders used in the family: explain not, friends don't expect it, enemies won't believe it. Explain not. Friends don't expect it. Enemies won't believe it. See, those individuals who are genuine, those individuals who know you, you don't have to explain anything to them. Those individuals, on the other hand, who have some type of transgression or whatever against you, you can tell the truth and they're not going to believe it. Because that's how they are. They want nothing positive. They don't want any type of progress. They don't agree with you being successful for whatever reason. But you have to stand your ground and let them know that these are the boundaries that I have set. These are the ones that I have put into place. You do it, you do it. You don't, you don't. And if you don't do it, can't socialize with you no more. That means that you have no respect for me. And you'd be surprised that the fear that you had about making those boundaries, creating those boundaries, you'll be surprised at the individuals that will accept those boundaries. Even the ones that you didn't even think would agree to the change. You'd be surprised. It's hard to make changes. It's hard to stand up to those individuals and let those individuals that have been a part of your life. It's hard. It's extremely hard for change to come because they weren't expected. I mean, you didn't discuss it with them, and 9 times out of 10, they would claim, well, you didn't discuss it with us, so well, why should you? I'm discussing it with you now. But a lot of things have changed. 2024. Do you remember when you were 24 years old? That's pretty much how 2024 busted on the scene. I remember when I was 24, I was buck wild. I was out there. And that's exactly what 2024 has done. It's out there. We're through January. We're into February. And where did January go? It went quickly. Is that what we to expect for 2024? For there to be quickness? If it is, you better buckle your belt and get ready for the ride because it's going to be a bumpy ride. But it can be productive. It can bring about successes. Can bring blessings. When we pray, we normally pray and then we don't really think that once we prayed, you've given Whoever you believe, you've given the supreme being your permission to take over. So when you pray, it is already done. It won't be done on your time. And understand that it will not be done on your time, but he's handling it. He's dealing with it. He's going to do it in his time, in his perfect time. It's when we allow those negativity, it's when we allow those doubts to enter, that we taken what we have given away back, because we didn't trust him. We didn't have the faith that he's going to handle it. So it's the same way. When I was diagnosed in 1981 with myasthenia gravis, I was devastated. It hurt tremendously. I was lifting weights. I was a mascot. I was looking good. I was looking real good. So Hamp Green told me that I had myasthenia gravis. He gave me 6 weeks to a year to live. 21 years old. 1981, 21 years old. But see, I had a praying grandmother. I had a grandmother who made me go to church. Didn't matter what time I came in that Sunday morning. I had to be up to go to church. We sat at the breakfast table. She took me home. We sat at the breakfast table. And she told me that he doesn't have the last word. He can only tell you from what he has learned. She instructed me to go into my room and to pray for guidance, to pray for understanding, to pray for strength. So I did. I prayed. I cried. And I told her, I am scared. I don't understand. I'm asking for some type of understanding. I'm asking for strength. I'm asking for compassion. I can't do this by myself. So after I left, my grandmother was still sitting at the table, and I told her that I prayed. I prayed earnestly. She told me, she said, well, we're not talking about this again. It is done. You prayed, you've given him your request, and then it's done. He's going to do what you have asked him to do. It's done. We won't speak of this again. We will not allow negativity, and we will not allow doubt to come in to banish your prayer, to banish your request. People pray and don't understand the power of prayer. And we pray. But do we pray with the understanding that once it is done, once we have asked our request, once we have given the request, do we not understand that it's done? You've given him permission. You've asked him. It's done. We won't speak of this again. And I hadn't. So 1981 to now, I'm here. Can't tell that anything is wrong with me. And that's what we have to do. We have to go back to the old ways to a point. Sometimes the old ways are always the best. Whoever you believe, whoever you worship, whoever you have faith in, whatever supreme being that you have, without faith in. It's time to go back. The reasons why we are having the troubles that we are having is because the young people have no focus. They have no directions. They have no structure. The strength of the community, the strength of the church is no longer there for whatever reason. And each community has its own energy. There's not one community that is similar. Now, some of the issues, some of the conflicts might have some type of similarities, but you have different individuals. And because of the different individuals, because of diversity in that neighborhood, in that community, it's going to be different. Change is coming, whether we wish for it to be or not. It is coming. We can't stop it. The only thing that we can do is to prepare for it. And the way that we prepare for it is that we make changes, we modify, we rearrange what we have. Setting boundaries is a start. Not allowing what was allowed in the past. All of us are successful in our own rights. We have success in our genes. And in some cases, it's because of not having the structure, not having the discipline, not having the support. Because, see, certain individuals need more support than others. I might have been the favorite of my grandmother, but whoever was around was her favorite. I didn't need the love or the support that some in the family did. I didn't need it. I knew that it was there. My understanding that it was there. That was my substance. I knew who supported me. But there has to be a change in the community. I don't see why we don't have community centers anymore. Each community should have its own community center. The community center raised me. I could go to the community centers. My parents felt that I was safe there. They believed in the community center. They knew that I was going to be okay in the community center. Gave me structure. There were certain rules and regulations. See, this generation doesn't have any rules or regulations. They won't admit it. They want structure. They want boundaries. They want to know what they can and can't do. They want to know that they're loved. And that's the problem. They don't know. The church isn't the church of the past. It has no relevancy when it comes to the community for whatever reason. The community isn't viable, isn't strong like it used to be. In most cases, we don't even know who our neighbors are. And that could be because of the society that we live in. Back in the dark ages, we had everything in that community that would benefit the community. We had the grocery stores, we had the churches, we had the schools. That's when we had downtown. If you wanted to shop, we went downtown. Then all of a sudden they had other mini malls to develop or strip malls. But everything was in that community that everyone knew everybody. I had the disadvantage because most of my grandparents' siblings, my aunts and uncles, lived in the community. My great grandparents lived 2 houses down from me. And then since my grandparents were in the Masonic order, there surely wasn't anything that I could do without being told. And that's just the way it was. And that's how it was the majority of my life. I had rules and regulations. I had boundaries. I was taught to know your place, stay in your place, accept your place. Because everyone in the family had a place, had responsibilities. I'm the eldest of the grandchildren. There were certain things that were required of me. Back then, you never questioned. And I think at this point, there's too much questioning going on by young folks who have no business questioning anything. Question somebody else. Don't question me. You do it, you do it, you don't. You won't be in under this house. But I don't know how to make those changes. I don't know how to empower the church. I don't know how to empower the community. I think that our religious leaders have become too worldly. They have become part of the world. There's nothing wrong with improving how the word of God is given. But I think that there's certain things that certain preachers have become too worldly about. You go from one extreme to the other. You have a huge mega church that has campuses all over the place. I have a problem with that because when you have an institution that is so large that you have campuses, you have multiple campuses all over the city. It's too much power. And with too much power comes some questionable tactics, some questionable actions. Then you have, on the other hand, individuals who are so fashionable. I don't know any of the word used. Fashionable. That's one reason why I joined the Black church, because there was interaction. It wasn't just sitting down being prim and proper. But I think that it has gone beyond the old church. And I think there's too much interaction going on. It's like a concert. So where's their balance? Where's their balance? The community here in Birmingham, we especially have to do some soul searching because there's too much going on. Too much going on. The same individuals that are in the same groups are the same individuals that were the group when Reverend Shuttlesworth was about. Same family. Nothing's changed. People still lying about their participation in the Birmingham campaign. people holding on to secrets. So we're when is enough enough? When is enough enough? When are we going to get to the point to where we stop allowing people from over the mountain to dictate what we do here in Birmingham? We were in the month of February, Black History Month, when all the bougie ass motherfuckers claim being black. Shouldn't be a Black History Month. Should be year round. Here in Birmingham, there isn't any reason, especially here in Birmingham, there isn't any reason for there not to have some type of content when it comes to the history, when it comes to the achievement, when it comes to the inventions, when it comes to the understanding. Of the contributions of the blacks. It's easier to list items that were not invented, which I can't even do that. Here in Birmingham, there should be a Black history or African American history course taught in all grade levels. I know that during the time that my tenure, I was one of 3 or 4 that created the African American history program. I don't know if it's still being done now or not. I've requested for if it was possible for me to have a book that I chose, but I haven't been given any type of response. But there needs to be an understanding. There needs to be an acquirement, an achievement of learning about the history. And especially about the history here in Birmingham. We are so enriched, blessed to have what we have here in Birmingham. True Birminghamians know. True Birminghamians have an understanding that if your aunts and your uncles and your or the elders were participants in the Birmingham campaign, they were a part. And if you do not know your history or the contributions that your family did for the campaign, well, then you're lost and you need to find your way. There's a reason why certain Black families were given permission by the white establishments. Reasons why. $2024. What are we going to make changes in? I wish that these money scams would go away. I mean, if you have to put money in to start something and then you're able to draw, there's something suspicious. So I wish that the money scams would start, that we would no longer allow money where you have individuals giving the money and then you have those in the top tier being able to take money out or you get some money or you get some type of reward. It's an abstract pyramid scheme. And we have to understand that not only are Black folks skeptical of scams, it's straight across the board. And we have to remember too that the only race is the human race. And each human race has cultures, sets us apart. But there's only one race, and that's a human race. And in the human race, we are going to have similarities. The only thing that separates us really is our socioeconomic levels. How much money do we bring home? Poor is going to act like the poor. Middle class is going to act like the middle class. Upper middle class is going to act like rich is going to act like rich. So how it is. That is the only difference that we have among us. Our social economics levels. But when you have been together for over 400 years, the cultures are going to combine together. Soul food, country food is one of the same. Soul food and country food is one of the same. I was raised on country food. I was raised on chitlins. I was raised on collard greens. I was raised on turnips and spinach, green beans, fried chicken, corn off the cob, cream corn off the cob. But there's only one race, and that's a human race. And as humans, we are skeptical, especially when it comes to finances. No reason for me to give it a group or a group money and then be allowed no, and get a reward back. No, there's something bullshit about that. So I would hope, and especially as old as what some of us are in our 30s and 40s, that bullshit will go away. That no one would be enticed to part with their money. If you're going to give your money, do the investments. One of my former students hyped me up on, oh Lord, let me make sure I got this right, because I set up an account. Let me make sure that where is the account? Hopefully I have the account down here. What is this? Trust? What's this? Pool staking. Stake is little trust to where you can invest online. So I mean, if you plus two, if you have extra money that you can do that bullshit, invest the damn thing. But if you're in your 30s and 40s and all, you don't have time to throw away money that technically you don't have. You really don't. You don't have time for it. And if you're that bored with your money and all, well, then you need to find another avenue or something so that way you can stop being bored. Because you're working, you have careers, you have children, you have college coming up. You don't have time to throw away money. Don't have time for it. Don't have. So I would hope that 2024, all these money scams would stop. I would hope that there would be some understanding that if you've never had a daddy in your life, well, then you can't tell me how a man's supposed to act because you yourself don't know how a man's supposed to act because you've never been around a man. So a woman has no right to dictate what a man should do. The bitch, please. You don't even know how to be a woman, much less know why a man is. So I would hope that would stop females telling a man how to be a man. Please get over yourself. Buy yourself a dildo. I would hope that the relationships between males and females would be better. Communications opened. I would hope that in 2024 that the mayor and council will set aside money to start community centers back again. because that's what we're lacking. The kids have no focus. The kids have no direction. They have no boundaries, and they're lost. The community has failed them. The church has failed them. Their families have failed them. See, that's why I didn't have a problem in giving hugs. See, I believe in the power of hugs and I believe in the power of prayer. And I used to hug my kids and I still hug them today. And they're in their 30s and 40s. And most of them will hug me quickly before I would hug them. Thank God that we have these mentor groups that have established a rapport, a relationship with these young men, these young boys. And that brings apart another thing too. Let me find my eyes. If you have not done so, please, 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 let me pull it up. There are several mentoring organizations that are doing a tremendous job in helping these young males. You have C4, you have Ties to Success, you have the Man Project Influence for Today for a Better Tomorrow, and you have the New Generation Mentoring Group. One more time. You have C4, Ties to Success, the Man Project Influence for Today for a Better Tomorrow, and you have the New Generation Mentoring Group. Those groups are doing a fantastic job in providing services for their mentees. And they are constantly looking for benefactors, looking for volunteers, looking for donations throughout the year. And so, and also they're looking for for individuals to come in to be mentors. So you have 4 groups that are here that are providing services, but the services are humongous. And that's why they need the support, the financial support. Also, if you know of anyone, or if you are a manager, or if you have connections with Walmart or any type of men's apparel shops, the organizations are always looking for, especially looking for suits at the end of the year, and they're looking for ties. So if you have some type of connection to men apparel shops, get in touch with these organizations, make a connection, start a relationship, so that way they will have a venue or an avenue of going where they have to go, where they can go. So see, we have the mentoring groups, but I think that community centers can help out tremendously too. And then too, with the community centers, the mentoring groups will have a place to go. But I do think that having community centers to come back into, to be live again, will serve the community in a huge way. And then you have tenured, you have seasoned counselors, you have seasoned teachers, retired teachers and principals who want to be vital, who want to be a part of the community. They just don't have any way of doing it. So you wouldn't have to pay these individuals that much to operate a community center. You wouldn't have that problem with when it comes down to sponsorships. It can be done. 2024 came in like a 24-year-old. knocking over everything, not giving a happy goddamn about anything. Whew. To be 24 again? No. I do not want to be 24 again. Excuse me. No. No. But it's time to make those changes. It's time to rearrange, to modify, to set boundaries. It's time for change, time for the dominoes to fall. Wherever they fall, so be it. So be it. 2024. Good time to be alive. Things are changing. And it's time for us to look out. It's time for the church to step up. It's time for the community to step up. It's time for us to start electing those individuals who have the community at its best, that understand the community, that understands the district. We have got to quit electing individuals because of popularity. We have got to quit electing individuals because of their granddaddies and their daddies being preachers. Preachers don't mean shit. Preachers, in most cases, especially in one case, the biggest whores in the world, and don't know shit about the community. Could care less about the district. We should be voting for substance, not because of popularity. We need individuals in leadership that is going to help establish some type of foundation, some type of connection. Birmingham has got to stop listening to certain individuals. We have to do it. So, have to do it. So, but I appreciate you. Oh, one bad thing about having a place. But you are the one that sets the boundaries. You are the one that sets exactly the course that you wish you'll go for. You have value. You have worth. And you're the only one that can allow change and make changes when it comes to you. I appreciate you. I hope that you have a wonderful week. I hope that 2024 is the best for you that it can be. I will see you tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Peace. Love you.